between. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit that little bell icon to know when I'm putting out next vid. And again, I am your host, Kendor, your friendly neighborhood gamer Djinn. And I'm welcoming you again to the Den of the Djinn. Today, we're going to be talking about, well, our last couple of videos. I apologize. Technically, they're supposed to be all the same video, but my internet was giving me shit. Which is fucked up because since I actually paid it, I don't know why it was giving me garbage. And the funny thing is, I don't think it was my internet. I think it was my PlayStation giving me garbage. It's like it's gotten to the point where I'm having issues every now and again when I'm trying to turn it on and then it turns off on its own. But mind you, here's the weird part. It works fine on certain occasions. It works perfectly well. I don't know what's going on with it. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. I have no idea. Anyway, before I go any further, please do me a favor. Again, like and subscribe. So anyway, what's up? Thank you for Oh, Mike, man, it's been way too long. How you doing, bro? If you haven't seen my last video, I was playing Tales of Xillia. If you guys don't know what that one is, it's a rendition. It's a remastered, mind you. One of my favorite games, honestly, is the Tales of series. It is fun because they have this one little mechanic where in the middle of a big event, like between main events. Nice. And again, thank you for checking out this video. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment down below. And not just you, bud, but everybody out there. Thank you very much. But here's the thing. Like I said, I was playing Xillia, and I love the mechanic. I don't know if you guys ever played the game or the games in general. There's like 8 renditions of the Tales of series, and I think I'm missing a few. But one mechanic I love is it is a skit mechanic. It's not really a mechanic per se. It's more of how certain characters get along, and it's actually a lot of times they are slap your knee funny. Like you're sitting there laughing, or you're thinking to yourself, "Damn," you know. Like one of my favorite ones where it was a conversation where it was between the main character, one of the main characters. Well, obviously it's all the main characters, but one of the main characters, Jude. His name is Jude. He's talking to everybody, all the other guys, and they're talking about, well, Berettas, if you know what I mean, and they're basically talking about girls' chests, and it's like, don't be shy. They're basically trying to tell him, hey, don't be about being a guy and loving big breasts, because they're talking about Milia and her cannons. Yes, folks, Milia is a very buxom young lady, which is weird because she's very, mind you, the part that makes me laugh, my personal opinion, is they're trying to get Jude, one of the male character, having to admit that he likes Anyway, so like I was saying, so they're having that conversation. They're talking to him, and it's like, hey, don't be shy, be a man, and tell us that you love big bustas. And what's funny to me is that conversation. He was about to, be all shy and come out and like yell it. The girls come into the conversation, and I'm like, oh no, for a fact, this shit is gonna get weird. And sure enough, he says it, he yells it, he goes, I love big bustuses. And mind you, he doesn't say that exactly, but you know, the point is he says that. And I'm on the floor dying, on the floor, laughing my ass off because again, the girls I had to hold my breath because not only was that embarrassing, but the girls walked into it and they were just basically not hearing the concept and the girls are just basically, oh, you shouldn't be saying that. That's so embarrassing. Oh, that is. It's like even Amelia, the stoic one in the group, she just looks at him, tisk tisk, and walks off. And mind you, the only thing that is said was the two that got him into saying it was like, well, the fire of manhood usually burns, and I'm like, bruh, you got him into this shit, and now you abandoning him in this point? Damn, that's cold. That's funny shit though. I was on the floor dying. Oh yeah, no, he's definitely in the doghouse. I was laughing my ass off. It was so funny. I'm just saying, those are the kind of jokes going into the series. I love it because it's the little skit mechanic. I don't even really call it a mechanic, but it's like a very unique aspect of this specific game or genre games, where they have that little skit about each. And mind you, most of these characters have these little skits. Some of them are important, some of them give you information, some of them just give you random stuff about the world, which is cool because it gives you world building. And a lot of times, I'd say 40 to 50%, no, about 40% at times, where it gets into these little nonsense conversations, and they're either just funny or laugh out loud funny. I mean, there's a fine line, but some of them are just like, oh, that's funny. That is. There's a few of them that were kind of cute. Um, um, I can name 2 or 3 times where I remembered a conversation between Jude, the little girl, and her puppet, because she has a puppet that talks. And that little conversation was just adorable because the little girl is just shy at first. Very first part of the game, very first part of them meeting, she was exceedingly shy. She was adorable. Mind you, at minimum, the little girl is like 6 or... I'd say she's closer to 9, maybe 10. Oh yeah, no, agreed, Mike. Thank you for. He basically says, yeah, that there a lot of it is lore, but most of it is pretty funny, and I agree fully. I love that part of I love that game just for that, the little side comments, because some of them, like I said, they're actually pretty funny. Like it just, and the funny thing is, I've always noticed one other thing. There's always that one clueless thing, or is it just anime in general? There's always that one clueless character in the in the main cast, where it's not exactly he's clueless. He's just either naive or he's just that kid. You know, he's just very funny because like everybody is so worldly, and he himself, or themselves are either kind of a feather brain, or, and I call that a feather brain, like it's not the fact that they're dumb or anything, it's just they're woefully inexperienced, and it really shows. I think one of my favorite ones is I can't the one I'm thinking of is called Tales of Cysteria, I think it was called. Yeah, Cysteria. Basically, the joke around that series is main character is he was raised around what is called seraph. Seraphs are basically, think in invisible spiritual beings, but they're only invisible to certain people because the way they are part of nature is the best way I can explain them. Like spirits, but not really spirits. They're just spirit people. And the reason I'm mentioning that one is because the main character is kind of naive, but in a weird, solemn way. Like, he's naive in certain parts of the world, certain ways of the world, but it's not the fact that he's dumb. He's just super naive. Even though he's been thrust into a big responsibility, he has all his friends basically to back him up. And I love the series because he gets into the series. He gets to the point where he has to do a lot of things because of his responsibility, but under most circumstances, he does not let his responsibility take him over. Mind you, again, I said most. It's hard because, it's for him, it was difficult to admit that he needed help a few times. Because he said, well, I'm the shepherd. It's like, well, that doesn't mean you have to do it by yourself. And along the way, he starts learning that his naivete is one of his biggest gifts. Not the fact that he's stupid or anything, he's not otherworldly. No, it's the fact that the naivete of his naivete in general made him the man he was. Well, I'm pretty sure I've never really had games where it had those kind of the mechanic, the concept of skits, where mind you, a lot of games have the hooking up with a whole bunch of party and you can swap them in. A lot of games have that, but the Tales of series is unique in the sense where there are parts in the game where you can activate certain skits, which, like I said, a skit is basically a small little conversation between the characters. And a lot of those characters are funny as hell because the conversations, I think one of my favorite ones in Zestiria, mind you, not the one I'm playing right now. It's called Zestiria, the one I was talking about, the one with the naive kid. Well, one of my favorite naive, one of my favorite skits is they were having a conversation with one of the girls, and one of the girls is the reason why he became what's called the shepherd. The shepherd is basically a powerhouse, but he is in tune with nature. He helps the seraph do everything. He does everything, right? The part that made me laugh was there was a conversation between him and his main seraph, the seraph that gave him his powers. And the girl is having a conversation, and they ask her a question, very, very direct. They ask him, hold on a second. Sorry, it's the bus in the background. So they ask him the question. They ask her the question. So what kind of pact did you do to get this power? And the thing is, she is under certain restrictions on this power, according to the lore. She could not tell you certain details because of she made a pact so strong she had to omit a lot of details that if you wanted to learn, it wouldn't be from her. She would direct you nonchalantly, like she would suggest a source of action leading to the she would lead you there, but she had to do it indirectly. She could not just point in that direction. She had to say, hey, why don't we do this, and it will take us near where we need. Not exactly in those words, but basically that same response. And the part that made me laugh, the part that I'm explaining, this is very essential. The part, the joke, she goes, so she gets asked, so how do you, and I was like, how did you get this power? And she looks at it and goes, oh, look, a butterfly. She, like, seriously, she does like, oh, look, a butterfly, and there's fucking Mickleo going. Oh, Greg, random o'clock again. I'm on the floor dying. It's like, and mind you, of course, Saray, the main character, the kid I'm talking about, Saray, he just looks at her and goes, "Oh, okay, you can't talk about it." Fair enough. I love Saray, man. I love Saray and I love Mick Leo. They have these funny ass fucking conversations. If you actually want to see some funny ass video, look up skits from Tales of Cysteria. You will be on the floor dying half the fucking time. Just put funny skits from that specific game, and you will be laughing so hard. Oh no, and mind you, I think the funnier one to me is here's another fun scene. Mind you, it's not a skit, but it might as well have been, because it was the funniest shit ever. So there's a scene where, remember I told you guys that in Cysteria, only certain people like Saray can see seraphs. Well, the joke is they were trying to get another girl, a girl in general, to see, or at least hear the seraphs. And one of them, being a little prankster, I swear she's evil. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Etna, the Earth Seraph. I was laughing on the floor, dying, going, "Oh my God, this girl is pure evil." First of all, dude, whoa, dude, whoa. Anyway, so the part that made me laugh was there was a scene where they were trying to get the new girl, to hear the seraph, and the only way to do that is basically to get really close to Saray, being the conduit of seraphs, and he basically held her hand. He had to hold his breath. He had to close his eyes, and his ears had to be plugged. At a certain point, he doesn't have to do all that, but in the beginning he had to, because his powers were awakening. But by the time he got to the girl, all he had to do was close his eyes and hold the girl's hand. The part that made me laugh was that they were all having a conversation, including all the seraphs, because he has the three seraphs: the Seraph Mick Leo, Water Seraph, the Seraph of Earth, which is Etna, and the Seraph of Fire, which I forgot her name. God damn. Yeah, no, she is evil. She made me laugh so hard though. She snuck up on the poor girl, and basically going, "Ooh, boo." She just basically spooks the poor girl, and to the point where the girl slaps Saray's hand away. Saray goes, "Hey, relax. Really? No, really." It's like, relax, and she is still screaming. She's still screaming, going, "It's ghost," and she slugs him. She slugs Saray, poor little Saray. Knocks him clean out, man. I was laughing on the floor. All I heard was Shadouken, boom, boom. Like you actually see him flying a little bit, bam, landing on the floor, unconscious with a black eye. I'm on the floor dying, going, "Damn, that was a nice shot. That was a nice hook. Damn." Mind you, she's better with a knife, but damn, I'm glad she didn't use a knife. Oh yeah, no, Edna was a funny character. She's the type of character, mind you, her personality, I told you a little bit about her personality, but one of the biggest things about her personality you wouldn't expect from someone like this would be you know how a lot of people have actual like an actual personality. Her personality is so mellow tone that you wouldn't expect her to have a bit of a mean streak. Oh no, she's snarky. She is such a snark. She will berate you guys. Do not think that just because she's adorable in appearance, her actual weapon is a fucking parasol, guys. That's the joke. That's the major joke, where she actually carries around a parasol. She looks like a little girl, cute little girl in a cute little frilly dress. Not exactly a frilly dress, but one of those like cutie dresses, and in boots. And she is strong, way stronger than she looks, and it's the funniest shit ever. Sundere, pretty sure I'm. Oh no, I get what you're trying to say. She was definitely a tsundere. She was definitely tsundere. I'm just thankful she's yandere. And if you guys don't know what that means, tsundere is basically contrary. It is very opposite of, like, if you like someone but you kind of treat them coldly, that's tsundere. Yandere is a whole different package. Yandere is stalker level shit. Like, it's the shit where you like someone and you are not afraid to use it. You are not afraid to use it as a hammer over the person you like. You will show them, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, oh, I love you. No, shit like that, right? That is yandere. So if you guys don't know what those phrases mean, look up the phrases on Google. You will be terrified, because I've actually seen horror stories on actual line. Some of my favorite YouTubers did like videos, and I hear some of these stories and I'm thinking to myself, God damn, yandere on the worst scale. Mind you, I prefer a girl that is at least tsundere. At least that way I know she's contrary. She likes me, but she'd rather not, hurt me in the sense, Overly obsessive. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that is basically me telling you guys, be careful, because some of these people are crazy. Anyway, I know I went into a different tangent because of what I was talking about, but yeah. I recommend the series in general, the Tales of series. One of my favorite ones that I recommend starting out with is Tales of Symphonia. That is one of my favorite games because it has some of my favorite characters. Definitely Lloyd. I love Lloyd, man. He's my main man. I love his dual style techniques, and I love the fact that this game has this one cool factor, and a lot of them have it, but they change it into a different style every single game. You could actually make combo attacks, and again, each game has a different version of it. But in this one, you have your friend do their special attack, you do yours, do it like in a combo move. Holy crap! You cannot tell me it is not sick when you see your two favorite characters doing a compatible, basically a combo attack, and it combines in a weird. One of my favorite ones is where Lloyd and his little girlfriend Colette, she uses like an attack called Pow Hammer. Yeah, no kidding. It's what it sounds like. Big hammer appears out of nowhere, and Lloyd just grabs it and pops it over the bad guy with it. And I'm like, God damn, that's bigger than Usopp. And I'm talking about Usopp from One Piece. And at least the one Lloyd uses is real, though. God damn. Oh yeah, and thank you for telling me that, my dude. If you ever do play these games, do not worry about order, because there is no real order to a lot of these. There's only 2 or 3 of them that has a sequel specifically, but even then, it really, they barely mention each other at all, if ever. And mind you, and like I said, the only ones that mention any other adventure would be the sequels, and there's like 2, maybe 3 games that do that. And again, 2 or 3 games at minimum. And right now, I'm waiting because I heard a rumor that online that they're going to do the game that I'm playing right now. They're going to do the second one. Because yes, there is a second one, and it is the direct sequel to the one I'm playing. So I cannot wait. More than likely, it's going to be another couple of months and a couple of years, because apparently it has no release date. So that tells me that's at least 2 years out. So let's see. Let's hope it comes out soon. But anyway, thank you for checking out my videos, guys. I sincerely do appreciate it. If you guys want to check me out, or the other videos that I've been doing of Tales of series, I'm actually considering doing a Tales of series in general. If you guys want to see me play some more Tales of games, hit me in the comments. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. I love you guys all. Be safe. This is your friendly neighborhood gamer Djinn Candor, wishing you love, luck, happiness, and hopefully some skits. Take care. Be safe, guys.